The story opens quietly. A young woman named Nomi comes home late after work. But the moment she enters, something feels wrong. The lights don't turn on. She pulls out her phone and switches on the flashlight, and her stomach drops. The apartment is in chaos. Furniture has been moved. Her wardrobe door stands wide open, like someone was just there, waiting. She leans in to look inside. Someone grabs her from behind. She doesn't even have time to scream. Everything goes black. The story shifts to the same building, one floor above Nomi's apartment. A woman named Kang Min is asleep beside a man. But something feels wrong. The man quietly checks his watch. His alarm is set for 4 a.m. At exactly 4, he gets up, pours himself a glass of milk, eats calmly, and disappears into the apartment without saying a word. Kang Min wakes up later, a little groggy but otherwise fine. Everything seems normal until she reaches for the milk and realizes it's almost empty. She shrugs it off. Little things happen, but as she's leaving for work, something else catches her eye. Her digital door lock looks damaged. The surface is scratched, smeared with fingerprints, like someone tried over and over to guess the code. Curious and uneasy, she presses the numbers where the prints are. The door doesn't open. She exhales, wipes the lock clean, resets her password, and leaves. Kang Min works at a bank, where her closest friend Hyo-jin is always nearby. They eat lunch together, share gossip, complain about work. Normal life, but that sense of normal doesn't last long. That evening, Kang Min comes home to find a package waiting at her door. No sender, just sitting there. She calls the lock company to report the damage, then tries to relax. But later that night, she hears something. Someone is trying to open her door. Her body freezes. She peeks through the crack, but the hallway is empty, except for a single cigarette butt on the floor outside her door. Panic sets in. She calls the police right away. When the officers arrive, they brush it off. Probably a drunk neighbor trying the wrong apartment, they say. Nothing to worry about. They leave. Kang Min lies back down, telling herself she's safe. She's not. Because later that night, the bathroom door slowly creaks open. A man steps out. He sits beside her on the bed and touches her. The next morning, Kang Min wakes up dizzy. Her head spins. Her memory feels foggy. This isn't the first time. It's been happening for days, and she can't explain why. At work, she forces herself to focus. That's when a customer named Dang Ling sits across from her. He's overly familiar, crossing lines. He introduces himself as a carpenter and asks to open an account. When Kang Min suggests a standard account, Dang Ling smirks and asks her out for coffee. She refuses politely. He explodes, accuses her of leading him on, raises his voice in front of everyone. Before it can get worse, the bank manager Kim steps in. Calm and authoritative, he throws Dang Ling out and ends the confrontation. To Kang Min, Kim feels like a protector. That night, Kang Min goes to bed tense, clutching her blanket. At midnight, the truth crawls out from beneath her bed. A man rises silently, chloroform in his hand. He knocks her out, then moves through her apartment like it belongs to him. He uses the bathroom, brushes his teeth, takes a shower, sets his alarm for 4 a.m. Then he lies down beside her. This man has been living under her bed. The next day, Kang Min is late returning to her room. At the bus stop, Dang Ling appears again, furious. He grabs her wrist and demands she come with him. A car pulls up. Kim steps out. He threatens to call the police, and Dang Ling backs off and runs. Kim offers Kang Min a ride home. Shaken and grateful, she accepts. When she unlocks her apartment, the lights still won't turn on. Kim follows her inside, saying she left her purse in his car. He offers to check the lights and asks to use the bathroom. That's when Kang Min notices something terrifying. The bathroom door is open. She always locks it before leaving. No one knows her password. She changes it every day. So how is it open? Fear rushes through her. She turns to Kim and asks how he even knows her apartment number. Kim hesitates. His voice stumbles. Sweat beads on his face. That's all she needs. Kang Min runs. Later, the police arrive. Inside her apartment, they find Kim dead, brutally stabbed, and Kang Min becomes the prime suspect. At the station, Detective Joshua questions her steadily, calmly, pressing for answers. The evidence looks bad. There's no sign of forced entry. No proof anyone else was there. Kim was killed inside her locked apartment. If Kang Min didn't do it, then who did? She has no answer. Only tears. With no solid evidence, she's released. But the damage is done. She's fired from the bank. They don't want the trouble. Her reputation is ruined. She goes home alone, desperate. Kang Min asks the night guard to check the building's CCTV. He tells her most of the cameras are broken. Only the elevator camera still works. He agrees to check her apartment for intruders. He finds nothing. After he leaves, Kang Min starts cleaning. That's when she finds something hidden under a cupboard. A key. It doesn't open her door, so she tries it on other apartments. One door opens. Inside is chaos. It's Nomi's apartment, the woman who disappeared. Kang Min realizes Nomi worked at the same bank. When they check Nomi's ATM records, something disturbing appears. Nomi kept buying the same item for $3.20, over and over, always around 1 in the morning, always from the same store. Kang Min and Hyo-jin decide to wait there. At exactly 1 a.m., a woman buys the item. They follow her. In a dark alley, Kang-min finds the food thrown away, already eaten by a stray cat. The cat slips through a gate. Kang-min follows, and that's when the truth finally begins to surface. The apartment door is locked. Then her eyes land on the digital lock and a memory snaps into place. The fingerprints. That night, her heart pounds as she presses the same numbers, right where the fingerprints had been. Click. The door opens. Fear floods her body, but she forces herself inside. The apartment smells old and lifeless. Then she sees her, Nomi, tied up in a room, barely conscious. Kang-min freezes. With shaking fingers, she grabs her phone and calls Hyo-jin. But Hyo-jin isn't there. Hyo-jin is still outside, following the mysterious girl. She confronts her, demanding to know where Nomi is. The girl looks confused, irritated. Who is Nomi? I don't know anyone named Nomi. Back in the apartment, Kang-min hears footsteps. Someone is coming in. She drops low, hiding downstairs, barely breathing. A man enters the room. He pulls out an injection and without hesitation pushes it into Nomi's body. As he does, he talks casually, like he's discussing ordinary plans. He says that this time he's going to kidnap the girl from the floor above. He's talking about Kang-min. Then she hears the truth. Nomi's legs have been cut off. The moment the man steps away, Kang-min runs. She bursts into the room and sees him lifting a saw, about to cut off Nomi's hand. Terror explodes inside her. She turns to escape. The door opens. A voice speaks right behind her. You dropped your phone. Her blood turns cold. She runs, out of the building, down the street. Her lungs burn, but the footsteps never stop. She dives into a shop, hiding behind the shelves. Just as the man is about to reach her, Hyo-jin appears and attacks him without hesitation. Kang-min has already called the police. Sirens scream through the night. But before the police can catch him, the man disappears. Detective Joshua asks the only question that matters. Did you see his face? Kang-min shakes her head. No, but he was wearing an old-fashioned watch. At the same time, police discover a girl's body inside cold storage. Seeing a pattern, Joshua arrests Dangling, the man who had been harassing Kang-min for weeks. Dangling admits he followed her, but he snaps back in anger. I didn't kill anyone. I didn't cut anyone. Time passes. Kang-min moves out. A new house. Somewhere else, Dangling visits her old building. He lies to the guard and gets her new address. One night, Kang-min hears a knock. A delivery. Inside the package is her phone. When she turns it on, photos begin to appear. Pictures of Hyo-jin. Then a video call comes in. It shows Hyo-jin's room. But Hyo-jin doesn't know she's being filmed. Kang-min panics. She forgets to lock her door and runs. At Hyo-jin's building, she finds the man about to cut Hyo-jin's legs. She rushes to unlock the door. Suddenly, Dangling appears. He grabs Kang-min. Now you have to come with me for coffee. They struggle. Then Joshua arrives. Dangling is finally arrested. Inside the room, Hyo-jin lies unconscious, but alive. Later, Joshua reveals something chilling. The video call was fake. Software generated. A psychological trap. Someone was manipulating Kang-min, testing how far she would go. And she ran anyway, for her friend. Hyo-jin wakes up later and tells Kang-min to go home and rest. She's exhausted. She deserves peace. Before leaving, Kang-min takes a penguin toy from Josh. Hidden inside it is a camera. She placed the camera above the bed. At the mall, Kang-min runs into Hae-dong, the night worker from her old building. He smiles casually and tells her she's safe now. She avoids him and walks away. Then she notices something strange. Hae-dong buys an item. Price, $32. Her face stiffens. She rushes home and locks the door. Then Joshua calls. The news is bad. Dangling's blood doesn't match. And worse, Dangling has been murdered. The real killer is still out there. Kang-min sits on her bed, trying to steady her breathing. That's when she sees the item Hae-dong bought, inside her house. She checks the camera footage, and her nightmare becomes real. Hae-dong entered her home, crawled under her bed, and never left. Her legs tremble. Something moves beneath the bed. She runs. He catches her. She wakes up somewhere else. An abandoned hotel. Hae-dong sits in front of her, smiling. I love you, he says. You ignored me because I'm just a cleaner. She bites him, runs, hides. Joshua tracks the location, but he arrives too late. Hae-dong attacks him and kills him. Then he lunges at Kang-min. During the struggle, debris collapses. Kang-min pushes him. His head slams into a nail. He dies. Kang-min survives. It was self-defense. And with that, this terrifying story finally comes to an end. If you love this video, you have to check this one.